Okay, guys. All right. We are doing a Warhammer 40k game. It is going to be the Necrons and the new data slate for the Helbrutes versus the Tyranids. Now, we are going to start out with the Necron and Chaos Army. And the objective that we have today is Big Guns Never Tire. Or the game we have today is Big Guns Never Tire. We have 5 objectives. I won the role, so I actually have 3 of the objectives, and Tyranid Paul actually got 2 objectives. One of the objectives is over here. I put 1 in the center, and then 1 on the end. Since it's Big Guns Never Tire, it means that the heavy supports get to hold objectives. And so I immediately started setting up so that either my troops or my heavies can actually be on the objective side. My current list that I have come with today is, now we're doing some proxying, as we always do, because who wants to buy models that they haven't tried out yet? This is going to be 2 groups of Teslas. So I have these Necron warriors that are actually going to be Necron immortals that have Teslas. So these 10 are actually immortals with Tesla. These were old Praetarian models, and so they're actually cryptics. This one is a Veil of Darkness cryptic, and these are the Haywire cryptics, the Storm. I have Annihilation Barge, 6 of my Wraiths. I'm actually fielding a Catan. The Catan actually has Pyro Shards and Molder of Worlds, which means that he has a Strength 4 Assault 8 at 18 inches and 24 inches Large Blast, Strength 4. There's the second group of Immortals. My Warlord, who has Phase Shifter, War Scythe, is on a Catacomb Command Barge, and he has Mind Shackle Scarabs. And then I have my second Annihilation Barge. My reserves are here. I have my Night Scythe with 5 warriors. These warriors are actually warriors. And then I am doing the Helbrute Dataslate, which is going to be the first formation. It is 3 Helbrutes. And we'll see how that works out. I actually have a proxy. I'm using the one of the destroyers for a Helbrute, and then when one dies, we'll swap them out. But that is my particular army list, and then I guess Paul is going to go ahead and get you his, and we'll see what you guys think of these. Go ahead and give us a comment and let us know what you think about some of the formations that we're using and whatnot. Anyway, here's Paul.
Okay, so before you criticize my list, I know that it is an atypical Tyranid list, and it's not really a winning list necessarily. I was more just playing around with crap and trying to make it easy for me to transport the models to my buddy's house. So I might have given him the win in my army composition. But it's actually still a fairly decent list. I'm worried about his Wraiths. I freaking hate those guys that they gave, the Necrons a better close combat unit than the Tyranids, but that notwithstanding.
Nobody from Games Workshop is going to be watching this, and they're not going to change it anytime soon. Thank you.
They're never going to change it anyway. Tyranids are now a shooting army, ironically. But we've got a squad of Termagants, 5 with Spine Fists, 5 with Devourers. Another squad of Termagants, 5 with Spine Fists, 5 with Devourers. Those are more just like, I gotta have something there to hold an objective. Might as well make them able to shoot a little bit. 2 squads of Gene Stealers, 10 and 10. I don't play them much anymore, but I just felt like breaking them out because at 14 points they're kind of expensive, but what the hell. This is a Harpy model, but I'm proxying it as a Hive Crone. This is my scratch-built Swarm Lord, but he's just a plain old Hive Tyrant with a heavy Venom Cannon. We've got 3 Hive Guard, or Tyrant Guard, excuse me, and a Venom Thrope right here. It's that new data slate out of the new Leviathan book, and it's the Hive Node Dataslate. So he has an 18-inch synapse range. He got a couple of nifty psychic powers. He got Onslaught and Dominion. So we have a Singleton Hive Guard there. Again, I had 55 points to throw in the list. What the hell? We've got 2 Zoanthropes over on this side of the building. We've got a couple of Carnifexes that are not fully built. You can see that I have them magnetized, but I don't have the arms magnetized yet. They're both kitted out with 2 sets of Twin Link Devourers, so they're your classic Dakafexes. Got a little Venomthrope right behind them. Oops, he got moved. He was supposed to be shadowed by in the shadow of one of the Carnifexes. My bad. That's where he's supposed to be deployed. I deployed second, so it doesn't really matter because we haven't started yet. And the last bad boy is the Flying Hive Tyrant, which you see he doesn't have the wings. In order to put on 2 sets of Twin Link Devourers, I don't do the wings. I'm going to actually do bug wings because mine are supposed to be bugs, not bats, so I don't like the bat wings. There you go.
All right. Well,
sorry, one other thing. Forgot. In reserve, I've got a Moloch.
I hate those things. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, so we are going to go into turn 1, and we'll let you... the Necrons are going to be going first.
I'm not going to try to seize the initiative.
Oh, well. And so we are going to go first, and we'll let you know at the end of turn how things are going. All right? See you in a bit. Okay, guys. So, first turn, Necron and CSMs. My Annihilation Barge shot over here and actually did 2 wounds
on a Carnifex.
On the Carnifex. It arced over and did another wound on the other Carnifex. And then also did another wound over there.
No, didn't.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Nothing.
It was saved. The Catan actually shot his large blast template over here, and then it actually missed by 6 inches and only clipped like one of the Gene Stealers. He shot the other 8 shots at them, and they made all their saves. They have a 3+ cover save from winter.
Nope, 2+.
2+ cover
Ridge of the Hill gives them 4+. Additional 2 for being shrouded because of the Venomthrope gets them a 2+.
Right. So they have a 2+ cover save, so it's really hard right now to take out these guys. I did another shooting attack from my Tesla weapons over here with the Immortals. I shot over here and got the Gene Stealers again. Once again, they are within 12 inches.
6 inches.
6 inches of a Venomthrope. So they actually were able to make their saves as well. We went over here. I actually did a deep strike with my Veil of Darkness and my 4 Cryptics with the Haywire. I blasted this particular unit, and I think I ended up taking out a total of, what was it?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Fortunately for me, I had a great roll of saves. He did a bunch of wounds. I had to take 9 5+ cover saves and made 6 of them. So, lucky me.
And then I actually also had my other Annihilation Barge just move up just a tid and actually shoot them as well. And it just was able to take out a few more, but there were still 2 left over. And so I wasn't.
So there's still a scoring unit.
It's still a scoring unit, unfortunately, and no first blood.
Which, guess what? They're going to move back onto the objective.
So right now I'm actually, I think, in pretty decent shape, except not a great shooting for Necrons. And we'll have to see what the Tyranids are able to do against me in just a little bit. I fear a little bit for my Catacomb Command Barge just because of the overwhelming force that's in front of them. And I guess we'll just see what happens. All right. Hi guys, okay, we're back with the second part of turn 1, and the Tyranids just went, and Paul will go ahead and give his recap for his units. but it didn't look like too good for the Necrons. So
Yeah, it's not as bad as I had hoped. So, obviously, I assaulted the command barge with the Gene Stealers. I had 10 of them. I was hoping for something spectacular in blowing up the command barge, but catastrophic rolling, and we got the downside of I did 1 hull point via a glancing hit and 1 hull point via a penetrating hit. The penetrating hit did an immobilized. Of course, he transferred it onto his lord, so it's not immobilized. As far as the shooting goes, I poured a ton of shots into the wraiths. 12 from this Carnifex, 12 from that Carnifex, a Drool cannon, and a Stinger salvo, and managed to knock off 3 wraiths and put a wound onto the 4th.
my poor wraiths, they didn't
Yeah.
deserve that.
They totally deserved that. I shot the piss out of his, what are they called? Cryptics.
My cryptics.
Killed 3 of them, including the guy with the Veil of Darkness. Forced them to fall back, but they had Ever Living, so they still get the reanimation protocols. And of course, he rolled a 5.56, so all 3 of them came back. And we weren't sure actually how this worked because the unit fell back, but they had Ever Living, so they should still come back. But do you split them up into 2 squads? So we just said, fall back and put them all as 1 squad. We'll figure out the right way to do it later. So if any of you guys have any advice as to how that actually works, here's what happened. The squad was right here. They got shot to a point where they failed a morale check. He rolled 11. They fell back. They were the ever-living protocol counters were still there. He made the rolls. They were joined to a unit before, so from my reading of the rules, it seems to imply that now it acts like a reanimation protocol, so they're placed within 3 inches of the unit, but that seems weird. So, I don't know.
So if you guys have any comments to help out with that rule, that'd be great. And I think that is it for the end of turn 1 for the Tyranids. And
So I also paroxysmed the Wraiths, so they have 2 less ballistic and weapon skill right now. And I gave Feel No Pain to the Carnifex that already has 2 wounds on it, because I got Catalyst.
I am not worried. The Necrons will prevail.
Yes.
And Emotech is awesome. All right.
Emotech's not even in this list.
It doesn't matter. His spirit is here. We'll go ahead and let you guys, we'll let you know what's going on in the turn 2. All right. Okay, so we're at the top of turn 2 now, and the Necrons had a really outstanding turn 2. We'll start over on this side of the board. There was a group of 9 Gene Stealers left. There was I did a sweep attack. They had my Catacomb Command Barge inside hand-to-hand range. I did a sweep attack. I leaped over, and then my Catacomb Command Barge did a charge into
Carnifex.
the Carnifex. And the Annihilation Barge did the shooting from here, and it ended up doing a total between the sweep and the Annihilation Barge did
8 wounds total. Killed 8 Gene Stealers.
So there was 1 Gene Stealer left. Now, as you remember, we might have actually missed it on that last little brief, was
The Catan had been locked up in close combat by the other squad of Gene Stealers that were at the center of the board over here. They moved into hand-to-hand range and got the Catan on turn 1.
right. So the Catan actually was stuck here in hand-to-hand combat with 10 Gene Stealers. Was it 10?
About,
Was it 10?
about 7 left.
There were 7 left after the first.
Yeah.
After turn 1, there were 7 left. So in order to free up the Catan, I had moved up my wraiths into the middle over here, but I wanted to make sure that the Hive Crone didn't cause a problem. So I moved my wraiths up here so that they could potentially attack in 2 different areas if necessary. Excuse me. So my Annihilation Barge over here actually shot at the Hive Crone, and this was my final result. And as people know with Tesla destructors, they are extremely effective against flyers because you hit with the 6, and the 6 is 3 hits, which is awesome.
And if I can just interject, that's why if anybody doesn't like Teslas, that's why actually Tesla lists are very, very, very dangerous in terms of Overwatch and in terms of anti-flyer. 9 hits, and it's because it's twin linked, it actually ups your chance of getting the 6s significantly. So the likelihood is you're going to put a bunch of wounds, especially on Tyranid flyers that are only toughness 5. But it is even effective against actual flyers that have 10, 11, or 12 armor value.
So the first roll, I actually only rolled 1 6. But because it's a flyer and I needed a 6 to hit, I rolled the other 3, re-rolled the other 3 dice because twin linked. And I ended up rolling 2 6s and a 5, so for a total of 9 hits. I ended up doing 9 wounds against the Hive Crone, and
I failed a bunch of saves. I lost the last 3 wounds. He had actually previously done a couple of shots with the squad right here.
The squad behind the mountain that we're protecting.
Teslas, strength 5. You roll a 6 and you get 3 hits.
Yeah,
Put a couple of wounds that way too.
Actually, 4 Immortals actually shot Tesla from this side. That they were the only 4 that could see him. I rolled 2 6s. I mean, the odds are that you're not going to actually roll that well, but when you do, I got 6 hits on the Hive Crone at Strength 5 Tesla. He missed 1.
2. Missed 2 saves.
2 saves, and so it had 2 wounds and 3 left.
Yep.
And then my Annihilation Barge came and kicked its butt.
And annihilated it.
I did have a little bit of a mishap. My regrouping didn't work out. I rolled an 11.
And then fell back 12.
So the 6s and the 5s continue, unfortunately.
And guess where the Moloch is going to try and deep strike? A little bit risky, I know, but what the hell at this point?
But we don't fear Molochs. We think that they're just big bugs that need to be squished.
And don't forget the other thing that happens.
Yes. So my data slate finally came in. The Helbrutes got the deep striking, and I actually deep struck them straight into Tyranid territory. They did they are actually equipped with power fists and heavy bolters, and the heavy bolters took out one of his zoanthropes. So
and he rolled really well on the scatter, so 2 of them didn't scatter at all.
Right. So right now, the Necrons and the Helbrute Dataslate CSMs are looking actually pretty good. I still have my Night Scythe that's actually in reserve, and we'll be looking forward to seeing that on turn 3, I suppose.
So the Tyranids are probably going to lose this one, but I'm going to kill me some Helbrutes first.
All right, so we'll see you in a little bit. Turn 2 for the Tyranids is coming up.
Ready?
Okay. All right, everybody. We're here at the bottom of turn 2, and the Tyranids had a pretty eventful turn 2.
Meh. Tried to deep strike my Moloch right there. He scattered to over here, partially under the impassable terrain piece, but I still killed 4 guys, and then went back into ongoing reserves from the deep strike mishap.
That's why Moloch suck.
Moved around here with one of the Gaunt squads and the other little Gaunt squad, shot the hell out of the Wraiths, did a wound or 2 on them, but because of the new stupid wound allocations, didn't actually manage to kill any. Similar thing with the Carnifex, shot and killed one of the Wraiths, engaged in close combat and killed the other. The Zoanthrope here, shot and got a penetrating hit, but only managed to stun the Helbrute. This squad, then the Hive Guard managed to shoot and hit twice and get 2 penetrating and a glancing, and finished him off. Tried to charge with
the last Gene Stealer, tried to charge the last Helbrute here, just because. And of course, I died to Overwatch Fire. Charged the other Helbrute with my Hive Tyrant, killed him. Tried to do a disordered charge and get both, but I rolled a piss poor abysmal 4 for my charge, just barely got in. Carnifex knocked down a Wraith. The Wraith didn't do anything back. Very poor showing from the Hive Tyrant. I know I shouldn't have done this, but I got greedy and tried to put a few wounds on the Catan, knowing that, oh, I've got my weapon skill 8 against his 5. Likely he's only going to hit me with 2 and maybe put 2 wounds on me, and I have feel no pain, so I'll maybe lose 2 wounds. Of course, he did 3 to me because he hit more often than he should have, wounded more often than he should have, and I failed all my feel no pains. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but at this point I was just having fun and trying to squish a Catan in close combat, which, as we know, Tyranids now suck at close combat, so didn't quite work out. I did a smash attack on him, put a wound on him. Meh. Overall, fairly decent round, but not great. Took out the Helbrutes, which was 2/3 of the Helbrutes, which was nice, but didn't go any further to accomplishing my objective of holding objectives. So,
Well,
there you go.
don't feel too bad. Necrons are awesome, as we all know.
No, they're not.
And
Necrons suck. Oh god, oh my god, a little cough.
yeah,
Going right there.
you maybe need a cough drop there, I think. So,
Necrons suck. Oh.
so basically, it looks like the Necrons are still holding position.
Except for the panicking squad of
Yes, my
Praetorians,
piss,
or not Praetorians,
my piss
whatever they are.
poor like cryptics that can't like
Cryptics.
make a stupid recovery roll there. Anyway, we will talk to you after Necron turn 3, which is coming up right now. Alright guys, so we're back with the top of turn 3. The Necrons actually had a really good turn 3. At least, you know, from my perspective. And based on the raspberry that Paul just gave me, I'm guessing that he agrees.
I hope I didn't get too much spit on your camera.
Thank you for all that. Anyway, so let's start over here. So we had a Venanthrope that was over here. Well, first of all, my reserve roll made it, and I got the night side then. I moved him 18 inches into the middle, disembarked the warriors, and had them move toward the objective so that I could secure an objective there. The Cryptics actually made their recovery roll, so now they are no longer fleeing in terror, the little bastards. The Venanthrope over here actually ran into some problems against my night side firing. I ended up eliminating him.
Yes, 6 wounds, and I rolled 3 1s and a 2 for my 3+ cover save.
So
Yay!
So I ended up getting him eliminated. The Annihilation Barge took shots over here and actually weren't able to dwindle these down a little bit. But I did make a mistake. I actually took out the Venanthrope second and fired at the troops first. And I really should have taken out the Venanthrope first, since that gives them the cover saves against the Annihilation Barge. So that was actually an error on my part, but it still kind of worked out a little bit. I got rid of the Venanthrope. There are some scoring units in here, so I still got to be careful. We finished the hand-to-hand combat over here with the Catan against the Flying Hive Tyrant.
Yep.
Flying Hive Tyrant had been defeated. The Catan is awesome.
Oh, hesh your mouth. I knew it was a losing proposition when I did
Awesome.
it. I just got tempted into doing it because I felt, oh, maybe I could actually pull this off, but I should have just gone with my gut and done the stupid flybys like you're supposed to, but I don't like it. I want to get into close combat. I know it's a losing proposition, so when you're looking at this and saying, why is that guy so stupid? I know what I did. I know it was a losing proposition. Don't bother writing that in the comments. I just was having fun.
So, the Catan ended up winning. I ended up consolidating, trying to block off the charging from
The Carnifex.
The Carnifex. my scoring unit is within scoring distance, and then as far as the Helbrutes and the Helbrutes actually did not take the last firing phase very well and ended up getting really like creamed. I lost 2 Helbrutes in the Tyranid firing phase. I ended up having the Catacomb Command Barge here, and
Just keep going.
and the Catacomb Command Barge was here, and the Dreadnought was here.
His wife is calling, but we're ignoring it because we're doing the continuing commentary. The saga of Tyranids versus Schmucks. I mean, Necrons.
Yes, ignore the wife is here, or wife is calling. Anyway, so I had the Catacomb Command Barge here, Dreadnought here. They both did their charge. I eliminate his minions that were blocking him. They did end up blowing my Command Barge up, which...
I did not blow you. I blew up the command barge.
It blew me, and God, you know what? I love it when he blows me.
Hey.
And so we're actually at the end here of turn 3, or I'm sorry, the beginning part of turn 3. We'll be going to Tyranid turn 3. I still have my Warlord out with 1 wound. There's a glancing on the Dreadnought, so we're...
Not a glancing, it was a penetrating, but I just rolled poorly.
He rolled poorly, so I was able to actually salvage it. And we are going into Tyranid turn 3.
Yes.
And it looks like I'm still in decent shape. So we'll see what happens
Not
after the
for
Tyranids
long,
get done.
though.
All right?
Not for long.
All right. Turn 3. Okay, we're at the bottom of turn 3, and the Tyranids had just finished their particular round. Pretty good Tyranid round. I got hammered pretty hard. Anyway, go ahead and take it.
Okay, I actually, as much as I've been bitching and moaning, I do actually have a chance to win. I shot the hell out of the Catan with the Carnifex, and then the Carnifex charged and did the last wound to him. The Catan only put 1 wound on me, so fantastic. I got 2 wounds left. My Mawlock deep struck and completely missed and landed over there. Got my onslaught off and moved the little guys over there. Did a couple of wounds on his Immortal squad. They promptly made their saves, but when the Catan exploded, most of them died. 1 of them got back up. So there's not very many left there. And the Mawlock is going to try and savage what's left because he's a heavy support and can take the objective. So I'm going to try and force him to dislodge me from that objective. The Carnifex I regrouped towards the other objective because I'm going to try and wander over there and smash into the normal Necron squad and eat them and take the objective, and I might actually be able to pull off some kind of sudden death miracle win. Challenge ensued over here. I rolled a 10 on my leadership on 3 dice with the Mind Shackle Scarabs, managed to avoid them, put 1 wound on his guy because he's got a 3+ Invo save. It's the Septernal Weave? No, it's the Phase Shifter. Phase Shifter. Septernal Weave gives 2+, but he doesn't have that. And so he put a wound on me. And of course, since I have no Invo save, no big deal. It's, I took the wound. It's a challenge, so this guy got stuck there and can't do anything except jerk off, I guess, because the stupid new challenge rules. Somehow you're not going to attack a giant hive tyrant that's honorably fighting a Necron overlord. That seems a little silly to me, but that's the iteration of the game that we have. So, there you have it. Oh, I also shot and did a wound on the Catan with the Hive Guard. I shot the stupid Annihilation Barge with my 1 remaining Zoanthrope, and of course, he jinked it away. And that's it. Now it's Necron turn.
Alrighty, so we're going into the top of turn 4. Necron's turn 4, and at the end of turn 3, I'm less happy about our position here. But, I think we still can get it. Either one of us has a chance. So, we'll talk to you soon. All right, so we're at the top of turn 4, and the Necrons, after coming off of a kind of a bad turn 3, the Tyranids really pound the crap out of me. That actually we did not too bad, with the exception of my Cryptics, who tried to deep strike over here with the Veil of Darkness, and then they did a scatter 10 inches that way and ended up in here. So then
Which we defined as impassable terrain.
Impassable terrain at the beginning. So it means they went to a mishaps, ended up in ongoing reserves.
And I was cheering for them to roll a 1, so I guess my sportsmanship roll is now my sportsmanship score is now 0.
0.
Actually, it's negative.
You'd have to.
Necrons suck.
Well, now he's got nothing to lose.
I have to shoot up. I have to shoot up for a score of 0 on sportsmanship.
So we actually didn't do too bad. I tried to concentrate fire on the Moloch because
The Carnifex.
Because they seem to be, they were heavy support, can hold objectives, and they're like the most dangerous things right now for me.
Yes, and of course his shooting against the Carnifex, I choked on my armor saves.
Right. So,
And his shooting against the Moloch, he did 5 wounds, and I failed 4 of them on my 3 pluses, so that was wonderful. He has 2 wounds left.
So so the Necrons didn't do too bad in that turn. In that part of the turn, it actually looks pretty good.
Stupid Mind Shackle Scarabs.
I Mind Shackled Scarabs. Did the challenge for his lords. We have an Overlord battle here, Lord battle here right now.
Mind Shackle Scarabs shouldn't work against people who are fearless. But it does. But it does.
And
so screw the Necrons.
And he failed, hit himself.
Shut up.
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
You shooting for the low sportsmanship score too there?
So
I did 2 wounds to myself. But the pathetic loser lord could not put the single wound on me.
I could not, with my 3 attacks, I could not do the finishing touches with my war scythe.
Look at that close-up of the lord not able to do anything to the mighty Tyranids.
And so,
and the Helbrute just standing there watching and cheering.
the lords look like they're locked in a really tight battle. So it's who knows who's going to get the warlord victory point there. Anyway, I guess we are on to the bottom part of turn 4, and the Tyranids are going to go with their shootiness, and
I'm going to try and kill that squad of Necron warriors. I'm going to dive with the Moloch, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to dive to try and risk taking another objective on the other side of the board and dislodging him. So we'll see what happens.
why are you hitting yourself?
Oh, hesh.
Okay, we're back with the bottom of turn 4, and Tyranid Paul is going to let you know what happened. Not too bad for Necrons, I think, so let's see what he has to say.
So typical of the way that things go in the Tyranid Codex in this edition, things that are supposed to be dedicated shooters got worse. Like my lovely little Hive Guard, who's got chipped paint on his armor, so ignore that. But at least he's painted. Some reason they jacked up his price by a few points and lowered his ballistic skill by 1, so now he missed both times rather than hit. So I couldn't take out the stupid Annihilation Barge, which is a scoring unit and he's going to use to race over to the objective and take it, I'm sure, on his turn. Not that I'm giving him any advice, because he already knew to do that. I managed to kill his Overlord in close combat, but of course he rolled a 5 and came back, and with the Necron rules, that means he's no longer locked in close combat, so he can now kill my 1 scoring unit that is there, and take that, and not allow me to have that objective. And then, of course, because I knew he was going to ultimately charge that squad of little Termagants over there, I decided to shoot him, didn't do very well, decided to charge him and take it on my terms, and of course got annihilated, which, again, as I was expecting, given the way that the battle's been going, it wasn't the best course of action, but it was really kind of the only course of action. I could have moved back out of terrain and shot from there. He probably wouldn't have assaulted me, and I would have had a few models left, but not taken an objective, so what's the point at that point? Throw the wave of bodies against the bad guys. That's the Tyranid way. So I've got my Moloch, he's going to deep strike in, maybe take an objective from, just a Pyrrhic victory and maybe wipe out that squad if I can, something nice like that. But that's not going to happen, because I'm probably going to scatter. And, I did manage to immobilize his flyer, which, again, not that big a deal. I really shouldn't have bothered with it, but I should have shot my the small blast at the warriors, but what are they? Necron.
They're the Immortals.
Immortals. Should have fired it at the Immortals, but I didn't because I wanted the opportunity to take out the flyer, and the way my scatter rolls have been rolling, decided better to not try that and scatter, because I would have scattered on my own guys and killed them most likely. That's just the kind of day it's been. So, as again, Tyranid player, losing, my sportsmanship score plummeting, Necrons sucking, as usual.
And,
take it away, Mark.
And there you have it, the bitterness of the defeated Tyranids, but we still have turn 5 to go. And so I'm thinking that we'll do turn 5 and really see how that goes. Okay, so we are at the top of turn 5.
Woohoo! Poor sportsmanship again. Oh, sorry.
And we are still looking not too bad. So over here, we actually won the close combat against the Hormigons? Termagants.
Oh yes, mighty 3 Necrons slew 1 Termagant.
Raw! And
the power of Necrons in close combat.
And so we won there. My warlord charged the other Termagant squad over here and killed them. In the hand-to-hand during the Necron phase, his warlord actually took out our Helbrute. The Helbrute Dataslate, I still like it, although they did drop like flies.
It was a good distraction force, though.
It was a good distraction. So, went ahead and finished out the combat here. Both of the warlords won. It looks like it's going to be a warlord battle over here.
Nope, I'm going to go kill that stupid Annihilation Barge.
And the Annihilation Barge actually killed the elite squad.
The Hive Guard.
Hive Guard that was over here.
Because he couldn't make his 4+ armor save.
Yes.
To save his life,
literally.
literally.
So that kind of stinks. We unloaded a lot on the Zoanthrope. And the Zoanthrope...
Who saved like a champ.
Did a lot of good saves. Again, my cryptics were absolutely useless.
Scattered.
And scattered again.
12 inches.
12 inches and ended up in the middle of a forest terrain. So, it looks, but either way, I still feel good about what's going on here, and so, thank you.
Yes, but now my Warlord trait comes into play, and I am going to move to within 12 inches of that terrain piece and make it a carnivorous forest.
Well, he's got to choose one or the other, so.
I can do both.
All right, so we're going on to turn 5.
I can cheat.
We're turn 5.
Bottom turn 5.
And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we're at the bottom of 5. The Tyranids had just finished their turn 5, and
so Tyranids. All Tyranids had left was a Zoanthrope, the Hive Tyrant, and a Moloch. The Moloch deep struck, missed, and of course missed by just the right amount, so that he had to be stuck on the board. Didn't do anything. Didn't do any wounds. Didn't do anything else. Didn't go back into ongoing reserves. Molochs are better against larger spread out armies. At this phase of the game, it's a little dicier. He was my only chance to get a scoring unit back. I killed his Annihilation Barge in close combat with the Hive Tyrant, completely avoiding that stupid Mind Shackle Scarab bastard. I shot the Necron Immortals with the Strength 5 AP3 blast from the Zoanthrope. Of course, killed 2, one of them got back up. Charged them, thinking, oh great, I'll just tie him up and at least contest this objective, blah blah blah. But of course, Necron shooting being what it is, and those are Immortals, He had 2 shots. One of them was 6 on an Overwatch, and of course I choked on the saves. So 6 on the Overwatch means 3 hits instead of just 1. Again, the reason why Gauss weapons kick ass.
Not Gauss.
Or sorry, Gauss. Sorry, Tesla weapons kick
Tesla.
ass. Gauss weapons suck. They used to be Gauss weapons used to be great when you could actually glancing hit and blow up a Land Raider with a single shot from a Gauss weapon, but no more.
Well, they're okay, but I like Tesla.
Tesla, in the age of Overwatch and flyers, Teslas actually statistically have a huge edge. And if you think about it, just a brief moment of math. I know nobody loves Math Hammer, but I do. Just a brief moment of math. If you think about it, statistically speaking, if you've got 6 shots from Teslas, you're going to, on average, hit with 6 times. Because you're going to get an even spread, 1 through 6. The 1 and the 2 miss, but the 6 is 3 hits instead of 1. So it's 2 extra hits that counter off the 2 misses. Statistically, it makes them very, very effective. Almost as effective as the rapid fire in rapid fire range if you've got enough of them, and very effective against flyers, and extremely effective in Overwatch. So, makes Necrons with Gauss weapons very, very dangerous.
Tesla weapons.
Tesla. I keep on saying Gauss. I know what I mean.
But damn it, the math is important.
Yes, and just so you guys know that we know that the even though they're actually more expensive than the Gauss Necrons, they actually do so much better.
It's the 3+ armor save.
The 3+ armor save, and then with the Tesla and the multiple shots, it's so much better. In any case, we decided that we would. We actually rolled to find out whether or not it was going to continue, and we actually rolled for it to continue. But based on the amount of objectives that the Necrons hold right now, and the lack of scoring units that the Tyranids have right
There's
now,
no way I could actually contest this game, so I
Yes.
conceded.
so the Tyranids conceded. The Necrons are awesome, and
The
there you
Necrons
have it.
finally get a win. Oh,
Oh yes,
and
thank
only
you.
when I put together a lackluster list.
Yes,
Oh.
well, evidently,
Only if I make excuses for my pathetic losses.
and so as you noticed so far with the 2 filmings that we have so far, that it seems that every time we film, the Necrons win. So we're going to continue filming this quite often, I think.
That didn't count because you had a bogus ally. I will put together a list to school you then, if you want to see some stuff.
There's a throwdown. See, a second time he's actually issued a challenge. We haven't seen the demon list he challenged me with last
Oh,
time.
that's just messed up. I don't like doing that to friends.
So,
And I don't have enough models for that.
so anyway, thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.
And if you couldn't tell, we really like messing with each other. We've known each other for 20 plus years, so little trash talking is all in good fun.
Yes.
That and Math Hammer rules.
And just remember, why are you hitting yourself?
Stop that with the Mind Shackle Scarabs.